Hello everybody, welcome to Just Upright. My name is Doc Jane Ruder. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and I'm your foreign educated physical therapist guide to United States application. I hope you guys are doing great. Welcome to Just Upright. This is a channel for foreign educated physical therapists to guide you through the overwhelming process of physical therapy application to the United States. I have tons of videos for free that you can watch. Just navigate the Just Upright channel and you can find the answers to your questions already recorded there. I answered them. Most of your questions are there. Every time you ask me questions, I usually direct you to my video that's already made on YouTube. But if you need more help with a United States application, I have an online masterclass for that. It is called USPT Turbo Charge. It's available 24/7 online whenever you have internet access. When you're watching this, you obviously do have it. So you can access the online masterclass and I will walk you through the process. Okay, because it is very overwhelming and you don't want to make mistakes that will cost you a lot of money just to do your application here in the US. It's already very expensive, okay? And also I have other master classes online for like documentation, physical therapy, evaluation, especially if you're the only physical therapist there in the building, which happened to me and didn't have any mentor. Okay, so you can consider me as a mentor for your physical therapy evaluation, especially when you're starting. I will walk you through the process. It is called Dynamic Documentation, USPT Dynamic Documentation Masterclass online, and other online classes, okay, that's available for you. All the links will be down below, okay? So for today, I just want to make a short video about states with what we call supervised clinical practice. You might think it's like an internship here in the US, but it is a supervised clinical practice. So before you become an independent physical therapist working for a company, there are states, not all states do this. There are few states that you would be required to be supervised by a physical therapist for a certain period of time, depending on what state it is. Different states have different duration for their supervised clinical practice. And that's what we're going to talk about. So you will be ready mentally, okay, psychologically and professionally prepared that when you come here, you're not just being thrown into the workforce on your own, okay? So the state where I started in Illinois didn't have the supervised clinical practice. So I was on my own. I didn't have any mentor. I just read the previous, documentation of the previous physical therapist, and I had to do it like a self-learning experience there because I didn't have anyone with me. So that's one of the advantages of having a supervisor as a physical therapist. Of course, it depends on their personality, if they are kind or not, but you can learn from them and they will guide you on how it is with the US practice, because it's very different from where you come from, a different country. Our practice, like in the Philippines, is very different here to the US. Okay, so we're going to talk about what are those states and how many hours or duration, the months that you need to be under the supervision of a senior physical therapist before you can be on your own. That is coming right up. These are the states that have supervised clinical practice. You know, I just put here internship because we are more familiar with the word internship, but more correct term is supervised clinical practice, okay, or training. So if you're going to apply to Alaska, they require you to be supervised by a senior physical therapist or a physical therapist working there in that facility for 6 months. Okay. For California, you're required, if you are starting in California, you're required to have 9 months of supervised clinical training or practice. But if you started outside of California, for example, you started in Illinois or Florida and you have a 9 months or more, 1 year or more than 9 months experience, working experience in other states, and then you're going to transfer your license to California, then they're going to waive this requirement, okay, if you transfer to California. But if you start in the states, this is their requirement. If you, this is your starting state, okay. For Georgia, it's 3 months. For Kentucky, it's 3 months. For Minnesota, it's 6 months. For North Dakota, is 1,000 hours, clinical hours. South Carolina is 1,000 clinical hours, and Virginia is 1,000 clinical hours. Okay? All right, so guys, that's it. So there might be other states. If I forgot some of them, just let me know on the comment section below. So most of these clinical hours are paid, but you have to, you have to coordinate with your employer. If you will be assigned on any of these states, you have to make it clear if this is a paid, hours, clinical supervision hours. So for what I know, because I did not go through the process, but I go by what the other employer told me or the other therapists informed me, that these are like a paid, like you're already working for the company already, but you cannot independently sign the document on your own. So you have to have a co-signature of your supervisor, the physical therapy supervisor. Okay, so that's the main difference. And also, again, take advantage of this clinical training, supervised clinical training, because you try to learn the good stuff that the physical therapist, your supervisor, is teaching you. Of course, you will come out with your own technique, with your own plan of care for the patient, your own approach. But you have to have an open mind and be teachable, because the supervisor has been there, here, or in your building longer than you have, and they know more than you. So it is very important for us as a physical therapist to be teachable, to learn from our senior the good things that they're teaching us, of course, and come up with our own flavor, with our own vibe on how we're going to treat our patients, our own approach on how to be the best physical therapist that we can be, so that we can serve the people on our on our list every day to the best that we can. Okay, so that's it for now, guys. I hope that is helpful. Please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel, because it will help me, and you will be in mission with me to help our fellow foreign educated physical therapists around the world to navigate the very overwhelming process of application here to the US as a foreign educated physical therapist. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next video, stay blessed.